All right, guys. Welcome back to Nick Central. Now I know probably some of you are wondering, where's Evan, and probably some of you, if you don't watch Rangers Central or Met Central, you probably don't know me. But just quickly before we start, Evan couldn't, really watch the game tonight, so he asked me to do it. And if any of you don't know me, I'm Matt. I'm a co-host on Rangers and Met Central. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing the Knicks post game tonight. So anyway, the Knicks defeat the Detroit Pistons tonight, 124 to 99. And you know what? Overall, a really solid performance from the Knicks. They came up against an undermanned Pistons team. Pistons, one of the worst teams in the NBA, and they just got the job done. Overall, they played a really solid game. Couple guys came up clutch tonight. Had some big games. We'll get into that. But yeah, anyway, let's just get right into the recap anyway. So, I mean, in the first quarter, had a good start by the Knicks right away, especially by Josh Hart. He was really noticeable out. I think, within the first, like 2 minutes, picked up 2 points, an assist, and a rebound. Then, as the quarter went on, good defense and offense continued from the Knicks, and they actually started off the game 4 for 4 from the field. So overall, like I've been saying, good start. Good start by DIVO, both sides on the ball. Um, Knicks again shooting the ball well. They were 5 from 7 from three to start the game. They continue moving the ball. Some good hustle. Winning battles for the ball. Isaiah Hardenstein playing very well, rebounding the ball well, moving the ball as well. Uh, Knicks at one time in the first quarter went on a 20-0 run, and by the time the first quarter ended, the Knicks were up 36-17, and they were shooting 63.6% from the field. So overall, really good quarter from the Knicks. For the first quarter recap, shooting the ball well, ball movement really good, playing really good defense, and yeah. Moving on to the second quarter, good defense continuing. Um, Devo continues really good start. Kept shooting and making threes. Bogdanovich actually chipped in on the offensive help. He hit two threes at the start of the second quarter. Then another guy who looked really solid tonight, Deuce. He was good on defense tonight. Brunson actually, he actually didn't have the greatest start to the game. The Pistons actually did a really good job on, locking him down and minimizing. So, even though he didn't have the greatest start to the game, other guys like Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, they picked up the slack. And, that's what you really want to see from the Knicks. Like, of course, there's going to be some nights where Brunson's going to have to carry the major load and, to help propel this team to win basketball games. But you know what? Occasionally, you want to see nights where, okay, maybe he's not having the best game, but, the other guys around him are picking up the slack for him. So, yeah, really good to see. And like I was saying, he wasn't horrible, but he just really had trouble getting going in this game, or at least at the start of the game. Then as we got later on the second quarter, the defense wasn't as sharp as the first. Um, but even though the Pistons they didn't put up a lot of points, that was more though them not being able to shoot the ball well. They were missing a lot of open shots, especially from three. And actually, the Knicks they were good on the defensive side in terms of limiting points inside the paint, but on the three, they were leaving a lot of guys open, and just the Pistons weren't making those shots. So they definitely had to, tighten that up. Then the Knicks actually started shooting poorly towards the end of the quarter. They got a little sloppy with the ball. Tibbs, had to call a timeout. Yeah, and just back what I was saying about Brunson, at the end of the second quarter, he was shooting 3 from 11 from the field. And at the half, Knicks were up 59 to 42. They were shooting 46.9% from the field as well. And Devo was the standout player from that first half. 21 points in that half, and he was just shooting the three ball very, very well. Moving on to the third quarter, Brunson, he actually started going in the second half. He made his first three shots. He made a 1 3 and two regular 2 pointers. Then Devo continuing right where he left off, still shooting the three ball well. And 4 minutes into the start of the third quarter, he had 30 points and was 8 from 11 from three. So, like I've been saying before, just had a was having a really good night. Then the Knicks got back to playing really solid defense, more good ball movement from them. Josh Hart had a another good game tonight. He was rebounding the ball well. He actually did end up getting a triple double this game, and his final line tonight was 11 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists. So overall, Josh Hart just continuing his really solid play, and he's going to be an important piece for this Knicks team. Coming down the stretch and going into the playoffs. So after that, Knicks at the end of the third quarter, the Knicks were up 95 to 66 and shooting 51.4% from the field. Then getting into the fourth quarter, Harden and Bogdanovich continuing their solid games. I think Bojan actually did have a solid game, even though he hasn't been playing well these recent stretches of games. 13 points tonight, no rebounds, one assist, but he was solid tonight, especially for 18 minutes that he played. And like I mentioned before, Brunson, had a slow start to the game, but he eventually found his scoring touch, especially in the fourth quarter. Like I said, Hart triple double. DIVO then eventually in the fourth quarter tied the Knicks record for most threes made in a game with 10. And funny enough, he actually did break the record in the third quarter, but during one of the TV timeouts right before the third quarter ended, they actually they had a review, and it turns out that he was out of bounds. Even though then later in the game they actually did show a replay, and he actually wasn't out of bounds. His heel was actually above the out of bounds line, but it never went down. So I don't know. I thought he was in bounds, but it is what it is. He eventually did tie it, and then a couple minutes later, Devo made another one, and he now holds the record for threes made in a single game with 11. Funny enough, the guy who held the record before him was Evan Fournier, who was actually playing for the Pistons tonight. So Devo broke it. Devo broke the record while he was playing against him. So I guess that's a cool moment. Then towards the end of the game, after Tibbs starts subbing out the starters, Knicks got a bit loose defensively. Pistons starts hitting some shots, but I mean, that's to be expected. Your main guys are out of the game now. Most of the bench guys are in, so and plus the Knicks were up big at that point, so naturally, you're gonna get lose defensively. Would it be nice to see them, contain the Pistons under 90 points? Yeah, but it is what it is. You take the performance as it is tonight. And yeah, the final score: Knicks beat the Pistons 124 to 99. And at the end of the game, they were shooting 50.6% from the field. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, just overall solid game from the Knicks tonight in terms of while maybe the defense wasn't the greatest towards the end of the game. Like I said, it is to be expected when you're up big and when your starters come out. But the offense tonight was just incredible. I mean, we go through it. Devo, as well as breaking the Knicks record for most threes made in a game, had his career high in points with 40. Josh Hart, like I said before, had a triple double. Isaiah Hartenstein had 6 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and Brunson, even though like I said, started off slow, he finished the night with 28 points. So yeah, and then Deuce McBride with 13 points as well. So yeah, overall solid performance from the Knicks. Now I think this brings their record to, let's see, give me 1 second. Brings them to 43 and 28. They're still fourth in the Eastern Conference. One game behind the Cavs. And let's see, who do they got next? They got the Raptors on Monday, so they should they should beat the Raptors as well. They haven't been good this year. So yeah, that was the game tonight. Like I said, just solid and a good win by the Knicks. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Take care until next time, guys.